To be real honest with you, this is what a lot of my fabrics actually look like, because it's a great landscape fabric. Looks like the mice have been in it. But it has lots of opportunities to fussy cut from certain areas. So even though the bush might be this big, I might need a much smaller size bush, so I can cut that out within that. Then there's opportunities for other fussy cut areas too, so that's why it ends up looking like little mice have been into it. So a lot of my prints actually look like this. And then we're going to talk about the winter scene, because this one is a little bit tricky too. So for the mountains up here, we have a highlighted, a lit side of the mountains and a side of the mountains that's in shade here, and the same thing with our hill. So we need to have prints for both of these sides. And I just wanted to show you the print that I used for these background hills here is this really nice fossil fern print. There's a lot of those out there, and there's usually always some available. They keep making those and haven't discontinued them. And then here's a great print to use for snow, because it has some right shading all the way from darker areas to much brighter and lighter snow areas. So this print right here, you can see, is lighter in value than this. So that's what I used on that for the snow on the shaded side of the mountain. And then for this piece, it's just a very light gray, but then you can use this really highlighted snow for the patches on top there too. And when you look at these snow fields over here, it's really nice to have the snow that actually has a little bit of color in it, because when you actually look out in nature, there's actually quite a bit of color that comes into the snow. And then the other area is, of course, you're always looking for that contrast, so you want to make sure that the front side of your hills is going to show up against the back, darker side of the hill, and that any prints that you put on top are also not just going to get sucked into what's behind them. So this tree here is this great little novelty print that I found, this holiday novelty print, and I was able to just fussy cut out the tree, so that was a lucky find. But what's actually more important is that whatever print you pick for here, that it has enough detail in it, additional detail, enough a change of value, that it's not gonna, you're not gonna lose it totally into what's around and behind it. That's what's important. And then the last thing that I like to play with is shears. So shears are really fun. You can be silk organza, they can be tulle, they can be synthetic shears. The only thing that you need to be really careful with using shears is that they're heat tolerant. So that means that if you even turn your, you'll probably have to turn your iron down to a low setting, but you want to make sure that once you go ahead and iron over that, that it doesn't just go and all melt together. So just make sure that it's going to be able to hold up for when you iron across your quilt.